Alright guys, how's it going? We're back, and as you can see, we no longer have an issue with oil coming in down here, since my oil train is just sitting here. I have actually gone ahead and set up this little outpost for oil up here, and ran a second train line down and around to connect and come through. So while this one is sitting here getting filled, this one can be in emptying. Hopefully I did this intersection correctly. I am terrible with intersections. I'm still trying to learn rail signals properly, but I was told to always use chain signals going into an intersection and regular signals going out of it. So that's basically what I did here, hoping that it's correct. We'll find out if we have a crash. But so far they've been running at least properly. I haven't had a crash or either of them say they have no path. So for the most part, that is working. We do have an issue again where we have too much acid gas, and so we have nothing running. And I have come down here and looked, and we are completely full on sulfuric acid. I am assuming as soon as we set up the uranium mining that's not going to be as big of a problem, because it's going to use up a lot of our sulfuric acid. But I have another thing that I want to work on real quick today, and then after we get that done, I will probably start with the uranium mining. And we also have a lot of things we need to get crafted, but that'll probably be in the next few videos, or at least a few videos down the line. I'm not quite sure yet. I need to get the requester chests done, which are down here, because as it was pointed out to me, and I realized after the video was over, I was an idiot. I actually need the requester chest to be able to have them send things logistically where I want them, and they are locked behind this research, which is locked behind the yellow research. And we also have a lot of things that need to be done for my armor, which we also have in this one, my power armor that needs to be made, but we need the processing unit to do so, and the processing unit is going to need the red circuits, I do believe. That's how it is in vanilla, at least. Yeah, it's going to need the red circuits, which need plastic. Now, luckily, this is going to use sulfuric acid, so that's a bonus, but we don't have the plastic. We need lots of plastic, and we have everything being turned into stuff to make plastic, but we just don't have enough of it. Even when we don't have the acid gas issue, we don't have enough of it. I would also like to point out the fact that right here is the effect transmission, which I doubt anybody that develops this mod actually watches me, but this is where the KI should come, in my opinion. It's how everything else in this mod has been based so far, is that you make the vanilla thing, and then you can research and make the better 248K version. Just like the RoboPorts are the advanced RoboPorts are an upgrade to the regular RoboPorts. So therefore, I feel that the KI should be behind effect transmission, because it's doing the same job, just better. But along those lines, we also do not have the yellow science being made yet. We need the low density structures to do so, and we need the processing units. So right now everything is pretty much based on I need plastic badly. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to try to figure out how to set up more of these oil processing facilities, which again, I really do not like their decision on putting the outputs on two different sides and the inputs on two different sides. I really wish they would have stuck with the more vanilla-y feel, where you would have the inputs on one side. You only have technically two. You have steam and oil. There's no reason those two couldn't be on the same side. And then you only have 4 outputs. This big of a footprint, you could easily put 4 outputs across here. Vanilla does it with 3, so there's no reason you couldn't do it with this one with 4. But for today, what we are going to work on is changing over our power production. So I have my reactor over here, which is a terrible, sad little state. If you guys check out my vanilla, just messing around in vanilla series, which is a stream that I do occasionally, I'm finally learning a little bit more about how the reactors work and the fact that they work together. So using just one of them is very inefficient compared to running 2 side by side, which I haven't checked out in here if that is the case or not. I'm assuming it is. But honestly, right now, this is just set up to be a burner to burn up the mass amounts of thorium that we're getting out of iron, which I think I've already stated this is ridiculous that we get this much out of there. Why is my iron not running right now? That I need to check out, because it most definitely should. We have plenty of hydrofluoric acid. We are actually full on rich water. Okay, which I don't remember if I showed this or not, but I did set up this over here to run regular iron and regular copper with dirty water again, so we don't have to worry about that getting back up. But as I was saying, I want to get this changed over. We actually have steam input coming up here to run all of these, and I want to change the steam input. Instead of coming from here and using these, I want to use the reactor. So what we're going to do first to see if this works, because I'm not positive it's going to, let me get some underground pipes here, is I want to run this over. We should have plenty of room to do so, and it might actually be a interesting thing to see if I can run this steam pipe down for the processing of the oil. I haven't looked into if that's going to be a viable idea yet or not. That is a long way to run that pipe, but I want to at least try this. And for anybody that's going to bring it up, yes, I am well aware you can tank steam. I absolutely hate the idea of that. Unless the steam is under pressure, it should turn back into water. This is just a holdover from my Minecraft GregTech stuff. Alright, so that'll take care of that. So now, if we make steam over here, We put in some more fuel. That will kick up the steam production. So we now have 100 steam across there. Now I want to see if, what I'm hoping is if the steam pipe is already full, if these burners are going to turn on or not, if they're going to output. And if they're still outputting, then we're going to have to control them and force them to not turn on, which it definitely looks like they are still burning excessively. They're not burning that fast, but they are burning, which is something I don't want. And I'm almost thinking at this point we can turn off this completely. But for right now, I'm just going to take these out of here. Can we even control these coal powered ones with a red wire? Ah, yes we can. Okay. So then I would have to set up a steam tank, as much as I hate it, because I cannot check anything else. I cannot check the contents of a pipe. I can't check the contents of a boiler. I've already checked, and you can't check the contents of the heat exchangers either. So what I'm going to have to do is put in a tank, as much as this pains me. How do I want to do this? I think I want to do it right here, which means I'm going to have to move this. I absolutely hate the way vanilla does its tanks. We can make this better later, but that will fill up this tank from over there, and then I will be able to make a bunch of these. Connect this to the tank, and we want to tell it steam is less than, we're going to say 20. Or let's see what 5 does. Disabled by control behavior. Alright, so now if I copied that over to each one of these, then, oh, how about you put on the wire first. And I'm 1 short. Okay. Now if I copy that, I should be able to paste it over each one of them, and they'll say disabled, which is perfect. So now if this is empty or close to, these should be able to turn on. If it is full, which it's rather close to, they will not turn on at all. Now the other thing that I might want to do is put a pump on that and pump that steam out of there to make sure we have plenty coming across there. I'm also thinking about changing this over and removing all of these that we have over here and just moving them over to use them as, instead of using the vanilla turbines, trying to set it up for the pressurizing of water and running it through these water turbines instead. I just need to work out exactly how much we can get done with one turbine. This is going to take a little bit of fiddling to do, so you may see that in later episodes where I have done this, and I'll just kind of show how I did it. What I'm thinking of doing is just copying this right here, basically like that, and then just throwing it over closer to the reactor. But as it's been pointed out to me, and as I actually was well aware of, I'm going to have to move that reactor. I have nowhere near enough room for the reactor when I go to a 2 or 4 reactor design. I will need way more room than this, and I can probably set up way more of the heat exchangers as well. But you can see right now I am completely full on steam, but we're using very little power right now because we have no plastic. So I'm just going to take out what fuel we have in there, let it burn what it has, and it would be so nice if I could actually tell if what the heat is on this. It would be such a great thing. But what I think I will probably do is run red wire back over here and just have it control a long arm inserter that I have right here, and I can put for right now we'll just use one of these, and basically where is my, oh yeah, I don't have any. I need to get one of these. Basically have this connect to, I'll just put one of these right here. And yes, I have to move that chest. I just realized I'm an idiot. Put it in the wrong spot, but I will probably do something along these lines, which I'll run back over there to that tank in a minute. But I will have it, if the steam gets low, put another fuel rod in here, which it'll be basically the same thing I had set for the other one, so I should just be able to do that. So yeah, steam is less than 5, and then it will input another rod. Now, why are you doing that? Steam should, oh, I know why you're doing that. I need to take away your box for a minute, because it has no steam connected, because I have not connected it's not knowing anything about the connection yet, because I have not gone through and connected it. Can I set one of these up? Yeah, right there. I don't really need it to convey power, I just need it for the signal. But the fact that it does power doesn't really hurt anything. And then I can just run this all the way back over there and disable that as well. So we've got down to here. We can go over to there, 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 and I'm going to put one in. Yeah, I really think I want to just, oh, that will connect that far. Okay. Well, if it'll connect that far, then we're just going there. That's where I wanted it. And then I can just chase right back this line to where we produce power at. I need to get something set up to make me these. And then my steam tank is right there. So I'm going to have to put in another small pole here, just so we can connect the wire off to it, which I don't know if it's going to reach. Yeah, it's definitely not going to reach that far because it has to have one of these for its output, basically. There and then there. So now that should limit down the availability of fuel getting put in, even though I'm technically trying to waste that fuel. Well, I'm trying to burn it. I'm not trying to waste it. I don't like being wasteful, but I do want to burn it down as much as possible. Alright, so it's out of fuel. The heat is starting to go down, but we have plenty of steam, so this is not going to want to input anything currently. So I can throw those back in there, just let it run, and let's see, set stack size. I've never tried doing that before. I wanted to set the stack size that it puts in there to 1. I can override this one and set it to just 1, but I don't think I can override, because I only wanted to put 1 in at a time, but I don't think I can limit this down to where to only put 1 in there. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know, because I would like it to only put in 1. Maybe if we set this instead of at 5, let's say we set it at 10. When it gets to 10, it'll put 1 in. I don't think that's going to change anything, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. But we'll leave it like that for right now. We'll see how it works. And I'm going to get to work getting plastic fixed. I think I'm going to start mining up this year. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Start mining up this uranium to use up some sulfuric acid. 1 second, I gotta get rid of these things. Okay, that's better. So I think I'm going to start mining up the uranium because we don't have much 238 at the moment to make more thorium anyway, so we really need to do so. That'll start using up some of it. I have been doing the energy weapon damage and shooting speed just to use up our research currently, and we did get the, obviously, get the laser turret recipe done, or research done, and this is a pretty basic thing, so I'm going to go ahead and just set one of them up to be made back here where I make my regular turret. That way I can put some laser turrets up here around my oil well. I have cleared out the biters around it pretty well, but I want to get some turrets up there for that, and I don't want to run bullets up there, and then I'm also going to put some around here, although I will probably pull the bullets and use regular ones here as well. But having some laser turrets won't be a bad idea, just to kind of help a little bit. I have had to come down here and do quite a bit of clearing out of biters, and you can see that we've got a lot of them approaching there. So I'll probably have to go down and do some more clearing of biters as soon as we actually have things properly running here. But that is going to be it for this video. Sorry there was not a video on Wednesday for anybody that watches these when they come out. Had a couple days of feeling a bit there, and just did not have time to get on here and get it done. And I will see you guys next time.